Everyone. Hope you're having a great second week in humanities class, learning a lot like me from Augustine's Confessions. I believe that Augustine places a lot of significance on the stealing of the pear, his theft, because for him, looking back, it was a sign of how depraved he was. He realized that that was really when he reached the bottom of the abyss, so to speak, in his sin. Because this particular sin of theft was not because the pear looked appealing or the tree looked appealing. It was for the sake of stealing itself. It's because he loved wickedness. And Augustine says that he learned this from his transgression, that he was wicked through and through, loving his sin. Just doing it is what he loved, that he was lifted up in such high pride. He mentions in Book 3, paragraph 9, that he says, "Such was my heart, O God, such was my heart. But you had pity on it when it was at the bottom of the abyss. Now let my heart tell you what it was seeking therein, that I became evil for no reason." And so he learned that God even had pity on him, even when he was incredibly and totally depraved to this point. He goes back to the stealing of the pear and ruse about it just because he had already been involved in sexual sin and wanton pleasure, but this was the culmination and the climax of his entertaining sinful thoughts and actions. He got to the point where he just loved doing what was wrong. And he also learned that from the transgression that he wouldn't have done it if he was alone. There's more pleasure in doing things with other people, your peers, and they are the ones that can often stimulate you to do these actions. He sums this all up in Book 2, paragraph 16, where he says, "But my pleasure was not in the pears, it was in the crime itself, done in association with a sinful group." And I can personally relate to this experience. Actually, believe it or not, when I was 16 years old also, I and a few of my friends decided to prank our math teacher's house. We got one of my friend's parents actually to help us. He drove us to the house and waited for us while we, in a few minutes' time, wrapped toilet paper around the trees and put eggs on the front door and all kinds of stuff, forks in the yard. And we were just so happy that we got away with it and enjoyed doing something sneaky and naughty together. And we got away in the car, and the very next day, in class, in math class, our math teacher somehow figured out that some of us had done this to her house, and she asked that we apologize to her, and she wanted to know who did it, and she was not very happy. And I remember feeling so much remorse, I had to tell her that it was me who did it, and others helped me. And so that was a personal experience I can relate to Augustine with, because I loved that sin and I just wanted to do it just for fun. There was really no reason to it, but I probably wouldn't have done it alone. So there you have it.